Hello. I'm trying to go live everywhere. Hello. 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 We are live. We are officially live, finally. All right. And I just want to thank you for being here because I'm so excited. Tonight, we're going to talk about emotional intimacy. Emotional intimacy is something that I think the world is lacking, followed by emotional intelligence. And tonight I want to get into it with a candid, healing conversation. Hello. Hi, Baba. So I really want to dive in. If you guys are watching, we're on YouTube. Um, I tried to get the link. Let me. Okay, you know we're very ghetto, but I'm gonna get the link here. It is youtube.com. I think this is how it goes, but it's here we are. So I'm going to pin that there. And I'm going to bring on Trish Lachey. I'm excited. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Wait, I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good, honey. Doing good. Glad to be here.
Okay, so I want to jump right in, of course.
Let's jump right in.
Okay, so we were talking the other day, and it started to make me think about just different aspects of our spiritual self.
hmm
And so I've been on a deep dive. Okay, sorry. I'm excited now. All right. First, can you introduce yourself?
Hello everyone. My name is Teresa Shea. I am an embodiment coach. So I help women specifically get to know their true selves through embodiment sessions. I have different products on the way. They'll be here on July 10th, which is actually my birthday. I'll be 31. I have a website as well. It's www.imroyaltyet.com. You cannot see it right now because I'm loading products, so it'll be ready on July 10th. What else? I am the author of Enigma, which is a poetry book. It's a collection of poetry books, and a memoir of my life as told through my poetry. I am also an author of another book called Hit Reset, which is a self-development workbook. So I have my hands in all sorts of things.
Yes. Okay, so explain to me, what is an embodiment coach? What do you mean by that?
So, an embodiment coach, or what I do, is I help people become their true selves through inner work. And it really started when I did my last book, which is Hit Reset. And what it does is it takes you through 5 steps. So there is reveal, which is getting to know yourself, release, which is letting go of everything that is hindering you, relearn, and that is relearning techniques and downloads that you can do to progress your life. Rebuild is action steps, and reclaim is reclaiming that part of you that has been hidden. And so that's what I do. Like when you're when I talk about embodying, I talk about being your most authentic self, your true self, unlayering everything that's holding you back, given to you by society, your family, generations, whatever. Just all of these layers that were built upon you over the years. we get past all of that and get down to the very core of who you are. And I help embody that. Who are you really? Let's get to know that person.
Yes. Peeling back them layers.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes, yes. An
That is,
uncovering, an unearthing.
yes, exactly. And finding your grounding place. That is a,
Finding your true self. Finding your true
yeah.
self. And also, having the confidence to be your true self. Because a lot of people hide behind titles and roles and who they are, their mother, their sister, their wife, their whatever, to everybody else. But really getting away from that, and getting to the essence of who you are. Like, I don't care what anybody else thinks or anybody else wants me to be. This is who I am, and I'm finally at truth with who I am, and I'm going to say it loud and unapologetically.
Period. Okay. No, we were talking about that, and I just love that. I felt I call I talk about the same things. I call it becoming. The becoming is it's ever becoming at every level. I see life almost like dominoes now. At every point, I'm like, "Woo! I accomplished that!" And then I turn around and I do my dance, and then I turn around and it's another one. Like, oh damn, okay. So, all right, no. So I just at this point, it's like you got to trust the process. You got to enjoy
You
and under.
like, it's better.
Yeah, like
it's it's better. It's not always easier, but it is better on this side when you just trust the process. Like, just trust it. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be
yes,
fine. It releases a lot of stress when you just like, fuck it. The universe will take care of it.
for real. No, for real. Like if
Oh,
if
sorry, I'm
it's meant
saying
to
fuck it. Can
happen,
we? Is it
it's
okay
gonna
to curse?
happen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's like sorry, sorry. Okay, my Wi-Fi be kind of funny. Okay, what you say?
No, I said no. I was making sure that I could say fuck it because I said it like 4 times, and I was like, "Did she curse on her show?" I'm sorry.
No, no, we chilling. Just
Okay.
we chilling. Just I like to. My thing is, my true self is in the middle. It's very much like the little yellow piece right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to identify by to anything, but I feel most comfortable if I put a label on it saying, "Oh, I'm sophisticated." I mean, I'm sophisticated, and it's a thing. And then I met somebody, and she said she was holy hood, and I was like, "You get what I'm saying, right?" Like, it's like sometimes I'm gonna entertain it. Like I can
Mm-hmm.
see it, but it more so it's for me. I it's it's not that that's a like I was going through this conversation with my sister, and I was telling her sometimes I just want to be the little dirty girl that walk outside with her shoes off. Like that's just earthy, that just is there, and that's how the world sees her, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
she just in the moment feeling that. And then other times I want to be poised and I want to put my shoes on because that's not the correct way to do it. And so I'm just in the middle. Like I don't.
It's no middle. You are who you are on that day. On that given day, if on that day you want to walk with your um if you want to ground yourself being barefoot and do the whole sunshine crystals Mother Gaia thing, then that's who you are. In that moment, that's who you are. And that's full embodiment of who you are. And then at other times, if you want to, get dressed up and have the heels on and the wig and all that, then that's who you are too in that moment. Like, I don't care about labels. I am who I am when I am that person. If that makes sense. I don't know.
No, that makes perfect sense. Whenever I hear somebody say I don't care about labels, I instantly think about Raven Simone.
Oh,
Like
yeah. Well,
she, I
Ray,
don't know.
go ahead. Go
Well,
ahead.
it was a few years ago she said that, and that's just something that the world was like, what do you mean, and so now to see it be so common, and it had been something back then that I felt so much in my spirit,
Hmm.
now to be able to connect with people that freely be like, yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah, I don't. Girl, I don't care.
It's,
It's just
yeah,
like,
that
I
is,
mean, like, no matter what label you put on yourself, there's always going to be somebody that has something to say about that particular label. So, girl, just do you. Whatever that means in this moment today, do it.
yes. Okay, so I want to talk about um emotional intimacy.
Okay.
And I'm really interested because we were talking. I got to looking up stuff, and I found emotional intimacy,
Mhm.
and just looking at just things that you said about love languages.
Mhm.
And a lot of times, I know people, I've seen people that are kind of confused about love language and why that plays such a big role. Um, Not just in, well, definitely in a sexual relationship, but in understanding self,
Mhm.
like really understanding your emotional intimacy level, what it is you need. When we say to pick a spouse, you need to know what you need. What does that really mean when we're talking about an intimacy level?
Um so emotional intimacy in regards to self is, again, getting to know yourself at the very core, and loving yourself like no one else will love you, but also loving yourself the way only you can love you. Nobody's going to love you the way you can love you. And really, the only way to love yourself in the way that you can love you is to get to know yourself. And a lot of times, people just don't take the time to do that. And I'm not going to say that they don't know how, because the information is out there. There are coaches everywhere freely giving information on how to do these things. They just don't create the time to get to know themselves. But yes, emotional intimacy with self is very, very, very important before you engage in a healthy relationship. I'm not going to say relationship, because anybody can get in a relationship any kind of way, but a healthy relationship, yes.
Okay, so break that down. What does a healthy relationship look like?
For me, because I'm in one, a healthy relationship is, for me, it's two people that are coming together, um, that know themselves well enough to know that they have flaws and they have strengths, to know that they have traits of their personality, and that they are a that they are a whole human life with experiences, with memories, with moments, with traits, with attributes, with everything that comes with a life. They know that they have those things, and they know that that other person has those things. And they're willing to accommodate and compromise where need be, but still have boundaries as well. Um, So two people like that coming together and saying, "Hey, I'm a whole person. I'm a whole life. And I see that you're a whole person. You're a whole life with all of your memories and experiences and pain in certain parts of yourself that need to be healed. So do I. But can we come together and can we heal together still? Can we grow together still? Can we learn about ourselves still? Can we love each other still without losing love for ourselves?" Can we nurture each other still without not nurturing ourselves? Can we help find parts of each other without losing ourselves? So that's where we are with it.
No, that is so good. I really love that. I really think that it paints a good picture, especially in modern times where we're in this weird phase of seeing our parents do it a different way and coming up and now having to break the chains of just not knowing, and therefore not knowing where inadvertently devaluing ourselves, or all the things just because
And
of
we
not
are.
knowing.
I mean, we are that generation. We are that generation that has seen the way our parents and grandparents and aunties and uncles, the way they do it, and realize that, I guess this is the age of Aquarius, age of information. We realize that that's not right. I know, like, mom did it and dad did it, granddad and auntie and uncle and everybody else did that. That's not right though. That's not cool. So we are the generation to break a lot of cycles. Um, and I commend anyone, first of all, for looking at all of your family members and seeing it done one way and choosing to be like, hey, that's not right. I'm gonna do it this way over here, and I'm actually gonna try to heal and break cycles because I'm definitely doing that with my family over here. So a lot of things stopped with me.
No, I feel the exact same way. Um, what do you think? What would you say to somebody who's just on that journey of like realizing, like, oh, okay, there are things that I'm trying to do differently. I'm trying to learn myself differently. When you start that journey,
Um,
what are
when you
some things to combat this?
when you first
Like,
start your journey, it's gonna be lonely. It's gonna be lonely as you find yourself. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. You're going to, I don't want to say you're going to lose family members and friends, but you're definitely going to, not even on purpose, but you're just going to start seeing a distancing from those people. And it's just your spirit is elevating at a higher level than other people. And you just can't operate, you can't live in the same reality as other people. That's okay. My advice would be to just go through it. Just go through that journey. I promise you it's better on this side. It's not always easier. I can't stress this enough because I don't know, like when people see spiritual people and people that are like ascended and stuff like that, they think sunshine and rainbows and crystals and fairy tales and stuff. No, no, it's not that. It's not at all. But trust the process and just go through it. It's definitely better on this side. It's more peace on this side. Um, ingest as much as you can. Um, audiobooks, ebooks, guides, do your own research, listen to meditative sounds, meditations, different things like that, like raise your vibration, but don't get fixated on the research. A spiritual journey is just that. It's just a journey. It's your journey. It's your steps. And you're going to follow that however you need to. So don't get caught up in the facts and the to-dos and the don'ts and all of that. Like get very in tune with your spirit and your inner guidance and your inner knowing. Because at the root of all the noise and chaos, you know the answers in your own spirit. So follow that. That's what I'll say.
no, it's crazy that you said that. When you said that, just getting to know your own spirit. So, okay, first of all, shout out to all my info junkies out there. I see y'all. Hey, how y'all doing? Because no, it's real out here for just
It's so much information. Like it's so much. You will go down every rabbit hole, all of them, all the rabbit holes,
okay.
and
4 o'clock in the morning, like for
you'll
real.
know. I mean, it's like I want to say it's like human nature. Like as soon as you're on your spiritual journey, you just feel so woke. You like so woke, and you got to tell people, "Oh, I know you're not doing this, and this the right way to do it, and you need to read up on this, and you need to read up on that." That's not their journey. That's not their journey. You focus on you. You focus on you because it's going to get to a point where it's going to be so much information and so many do's and don'ts in this spiritual world that we live in are a part of in the tribe, and it's going to be so many rules, and you can't do this at your altar, you can't do that at your altar, this is the wrong crystal for this, and you supposed to do this on the new moon and the full moon and stuff like that. Shut up, shut up, shut up. You're gonna get to a point where you're like, be quiet. I'm gonna do things my own way. It's working for me over here. Sorry.
I'm still somewhere in there. No, for real. Like, because I still be like, oh my goodness, we gotta do this. We gotta do that. But my thing is more so emotional.
Mhm.
Everything for me is at the individual. If I don't know, I feel like I'm singing a sad song all the time. Like if only you could see. Like I just for me, it's like I know, like, shut up, Victoria. Just ain't nobody listening. Like, but sometimes it just, y'all ain't listening anyway. But if you stumble upon it,
Yeah,
like,
listen, if you speaking your truth, if you speaking your truth and it's on your heart to say something, it's on your spirit to say something, then let spirit move you. Like let spirit speak through you. Cause on you're not regurgitating information. You're speaking from your heart. You're speaking from your spirit because you honestly want to see people do better and live better because they have the potential to do that. So yes, do that. And if one person, doesn't matter if like you have a whole group of people, whatever, if one person hears you or hears any part of this show and it sparks something in them to want to get to know themselves or want to begin that spiritual journey or want to dive deeper into that spiritual journey, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
well, that's all I can hope for. I just, you
Yeah.
know, this is a reality that I created from a vision that I had like
Hmm.
10 years ago. So,
Hmm.
even doing this to me is like, okay, now you're starting to listen to your spirit. So
Hmm.
you heard all the information before, you held that for 7 years, and now you're actually executing. And so
Hmm.
in my head, it's like, okay, I know that, but it's like, no, you don't know that because you never did it. Like, you need to do it. Like, and so I'm like, I have foundational Victoria. I have, you know, higher self, as I call it, and they
Hmm.
just clash.
Same. Same girl. Same. It's like my ego self, like my flesh, my body, and my higher self. I'm talking like every morning. Every morning when I wake up, girl, my higher self is the first one. You need to get up, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. And my ego is just like, really? Not right now. Like, why we got as soon as we wake up? As soon as we wake up, that's what we doing. And so, honey, I understand. I definitely get that.
That's funny.
Honey,
No,
that battle is something serious.
no, for real. I want people to understand it's not supposed to be easy, and it's you're not crazy if you talk to yourself.
No,
Like,
you're not. You're not. The best people do. Don't let anybody tell you different.
yes. So these are the things that I had to come to terms with. So just stay on your journey. You got this. Like I promise you.
Yes, I have to listen. I have to tell myself every single day, and it's crazy that I have such I don't want to say it's like a huge following, but it's a few thousand people that follow me, and like on the outside, I can only think about what they see in me, and it seems like people would think that I'm like got it all together, and people come to me for advice, and people want to collaborate and stuff like that, and I'm over here like I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my shit right now. I don't know what to do. I'm just winging it. I'm out here. I'm
But that's
out
the
here.
beautiful thing. I had a coach, Coach Tamika, she's awesome. And I started when I first started like the coaching section with her,
Hmm.
she was telling me like, yeah, you're gonna be a coach, and she's like, you got all this wisdom, you just have to put it behind. She was I talk too much basically, but she's like, you have all this knowledge, like you need to do something with it. And I'm just like, who, me? They ain't gonna listen to me, girl. Shut up. Like they're not tripping off me. Like, and she started to create the vision that I could see. And
Hmm.
it's like a lot of times, like I don't know, I don't want to say winging it is the right thing to do, but living in the moment. Like that old person who I thought I wasn't that person anymore. Here I am with this knowledge, and I had this desire. I'm not executing, but I had this desire to do something right. And
uh,
so she just lit the flame. And so
yeah.
I started doing stuff more and more. But each day now I'm something different. And then it was just like, all right, well, let me wing it here. Am I this kind of coach? Am I this kind of thing? Like, and then what does coach mean to me? Because I don't want to
Mhm.
be like a leader that people trying to shoot down. I want to be in the crowd. Like you don't know which
Mhm.
one of us is. You know what I
Right.
mean?
No, I get that. I get that. I um I actually had the I want to say struggle, but I don't want to say struggle though. Like I had the same thing go go on with me when I owned the title embodiment coach, because I was just like, what am I? You know what I'm saying? Like clearly I'm a leader. Clearly when I speak, people listen. Clearly I have value to put forth this world. But am I a life coach? I don't, that's too broad. Like I don't know. I don't want to go down that route as a life coach. And I was just like, am I a spiritual advisor? And I was just like, no, because I'm not that deep into the spirituality. Like I'm not finna give you all the angels and the archangels and I'm not, no, I'm not doing that. Am I a mindset coach? It was a lot. So embodiment, I think that's like my truest truth. Like I'm self embodiment, specifically embodying self. If I don't know how to embody anything else, I know how to embody me. So I can help people do that because I know how to do that. So, but at the end of it, again, it's labels. It's another label. It's another title. It doesn't matter. I don't think, you know, um Martin Luther King was walking around saying, "Yeah, I'm a motivational speaker and this is what I do. Like I'm the dream speaker." Like he just knew that he was on a mission, and that's all it was. And I think other people gave him, you know, all the other
Yeah.
titles. I think the only one he claimed was like minister or preacher or whatever. But girl, it's just at the end of the day, it's just titles. It's just labels. Pick one, whichever one resonates with you. But I wouldn't get caught up into the labels. As long as
No,
you're
yeah.
as long as the mission is clear to you, as long as what you're meant to be on this earth is clear to you, do that.
Yes. No, that I'm just saying that's definitely a struggle that I've had. So I understand. I can see why it's a big struggle, and I'm always looking at things from both sides, like the the becoming side and the became side. I guess I don't know. Like I, I see my biggest thing is compassion and understanding, helping people understand stuff.
Mhm.
So I'm always explaining things, and that's big for me. And just taking the time to do that, that's important to my spirit. So
Mhm.
I want to be the example of being yourself. And then like my childlike energy. People are like, I went to a cookout the other day, and they were like, "How old are you? 24?" And I was like, 31. And everybody was like, "Whoa."
That's
And I
that
just I always
spirituality.
find that
You
amusing.
better get you some. People tell me the same thing. They be like, "Are you?" I was recently just at my grandmother's little cookout picnic thing or whatever, helping her, and everybody thought I was still like in college and stuff like that. And they was because I let them know that I had two kids, and they was like, "Oh, you got two?" And I was just like, "Yeah." And just how old are your kids? 11 and 11. And so I
Yeah,
had to let
what?
them know, like, no, I'm 31, like I'm grown, I'm all the way grown.
We in
They
there
thought,
now. Just
honey, this that spiritual, honey. You glow different when you go through that spiritual journey.
yes, 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 yes. It's oh man, it's because it's like something you defeated. Like you defeated the self
Everything
monster or something. I don't even know.
defeated everything, like everything.
When you can look yourself in the mirror.
Yeah, like
Oh,
it.
thank you,
I
baby.
want to say I don't want to say everything that was meant to just like you didn't defeat everything that was meant to destroy you. You really did
Mm.
defeat self because it wasn't put here to destroy you. Like you had to go through it in order to get to where you are right now. So, in the grand scheme of things, the universal plan, I guess you want to say, like the higher being, God knows what you have to go through in order to fulfill the purpose that you were put on this earth to do. It's all in the matter of believing in yourself. And so, yeah, you're like 100% right. Like defeating yourself, your train of thought, because it's all in the mind. Like just defeating those limiting beliefs that you had, defeating all the disbeliefs and the doubts and the worry that you had about yourself, because it's easy as hell to put your belief in God, like God will see me through, God will do this for me, God, the universe do this for me. But to believe in yourself, it takes a while to get there. It takes a while.
No,
It took a while for
seriously.
me.
For real, I wanna know. Like, I seriously. It's I'm just thinking about just I see a lot of people, I seek out people on the journey, and I'm just thinking about so many stories. It's and then okay, I made a post today. Something about just I was having a very interesting conversation with God, and I just find it amusing because I be in there cracking up like by myself. And I just feel like little Victoria would think I'm crazy. Like I just think it's a beautiful thing, but I'm talking to myself, and so I say it's my creator, but it's something higher than me. So it's something going on. It got to be something, and so I give it respect. But in reality, like the Bible calls spirituality, witchcraft. And I don't necessarily feel like a witch, but I definitely feel like it was written by old white men that didn't know about connecting to self. And so they just slapped a label on it and it was just like, hey, won't mess with that. Like, don't do that and put it in the Bible. And I, just different things like that make me question, things like religion and really getting into all of that. So I I don't put a label on any of that. Of course, it's spirituality for me because spirituality is just connecting to myself. And then in that self connection, I have to listen to that little voice that I call
Mhm.
higher self. And that is somebody, I don't know, I want to give credit, but I don't know who said it, called it impeccable listening. And so now I always say that. But that's the hard part. Like we're conditioned not to listen to that self. And so when I look at myself, even like, why am I being lazy right now? Why am I moving slow? Like, I feel like the slowest person in the world. So I just be telling people, hey, listen, how things gonna run over here? Listen, I'm 35 to 45 minutes. Just go ahead, put that in there. And I and I just feel like you need to get better. You can't tell everybody else. Like, and so I'm hard on myself. And so, but that it comes with impeccable listening. Like today, I think I was right on time and I was proud, like, hey, what you talk about? Like, I was happy, like, okay, but I was right on time. Like,
That's
like,
good.
what?
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Um,
No, it's not.
it's good that you were on time. Today, I don't know about. Listen. I'm first of all, thank you for being on time because I can't tell you how many people that have asked me to speak and be a guest, and then they were late. Like, how you invite me and tell me to be at a time, and I'm here and you're not? Like, I don't. Punctuality is a thing for me. Like, so thank you for that. Um, but you just gotta give yourself grace. You just gotta give yourself grace. Where a journey is never ending. You're always on a journey. There is the thing about it that people don't realize is ascension. Progression is the destination. And as long as you're progressing, as long as you're elevating and ascending, you're on your right path. There is no physical destination here. Like, you're not going to get 10 years from now, you're going to be like, yep, this is the journey, that this is what I've been waiting for right here, this very moment. Because as soon as you get in that moment, it's going to be like
It's
something else.
gone. Yes,
Something else. So
yes.
just leveling up, like, that's the journey in self, just ascension, elevating oneself is the journey. So as long as you're doing
Contradiction.
that, yeah, right. As long as you're doing that, you're on your right path. So if you got here today and you're on time today and it was better than yesterday, you're good. You're golden.
For real. I'm telling you, no, I'm healing in real time, but everything that I'm noticing, I want to point out, but I want to be around people that are also doing the same. So
Mhm,
I'm interested. One of the things you talk about a lot is just knowing yourself as far as your body
mhm.
and just discovering the difference between knowing yourself in a sensual way and a sexual way.
Okay, so let's talk about sensuality versus sexuality. Sensuality is just um, following pleasure and following the pleasure with your physical senses. That's touch, that's smell, that's hearing, that's sight, that's taste, that's you like the smell of rain. That's sensual, you know? And I think people like to put a sexual connotation on the word sensual, but it doesn't have to mean sensual. It's just living in your pleasure, doing what feels good. And that's essentially what you would want to do anyway in your spiritual journey is follow your pleasure, follow what feels good to your body, to your spirit, to your heart, to your mind. As long as you're following what feels good to those four essence of who you are, then I feel like you're on the right path. um Sexuality is pertaining to uh sex, and me, um if well, I'm sure you follow me, so you know I'm very openly sexual. that
Thank
would
you
be
for
my
sharing.
that would be my
She shared it out.
okay. That would be my fifth house stellium talking in those moments.
Your fifth house, what is that? What okay, I don't know. I know about it, but I can't tell nobody. Like I
Okay,
don't know. Like what?
so another thing that I'm into astrology. I'm not deep into astrology. Like some people be really deep in there. I can give you like uh the planets in the houses. I can give you that. So fifth house stellium is the house of pleasure, is the house of children, laughter, joy, happiness, that thing, that sort of thing, like that whole thing. I have four houses. No, I have four planets in the fifth house, and they're all in Leo. So I have my my Mercury, Mars, Venus, and Jupiter in Leo in the fifth house. I'm an Aries rising, so all of my houses and my planets fall in their correct houses. So so Mars rules like your sex drive, your anger, that's kind of like primal, instinctual, raw emotion. Either you're angry, you're mad, you're sex, you're aroused. That's in Leo. If you know anything about Leos, they're very prideful, um, just prideful and glorious and regal and that type of thing. So I'm a Cancer, by the way, and that's kind of crazy because when people be like realize I'm a Cancer, they be like, "You don't act very much like a Cancer." Well, I have all this other stuff in my placements going on. So the Cancer is like really like gotcha, bitch. but but so you got to think about Leo. So that means that I have four houses in Leo and four houses in the fifth house. So that would explain why. And then my Mercury, and as you know, pretty sure everybody knows what Mercury is and Mercury retrograde, communication, stuff like that. So we have Venus as well. And Venus is the planet of love. Jupiter is the planet of good luck. So when we're talking about good luck and fortune and success, we're talking about love. We're talking about the way I speak, the way I talk, and we're talking about my sex drive. All in the fifth house. Fifth house that's ruled by the fifth house, which is ruling of joy and pleasure, and so I feel like it all like coincides. Like I'm just a really sexual person by nature. God made me this way.
Okay. Okay. I,
That was
no.
way off topic. I'm sorry.
No, that makes a lot of sense. That's literally it makes a lot of sense. And the more you know, the more people even understand or hear this stuff. Um, so like you talking about you not deep in it, that sounds pretty deep to me. Um, so I'm
Like I
like,
said, the houses in the planets, I got you. I do for anybody that's listening, so I do a know thyself session, and it comes with your birth, what is it? The birth chart, houses and
mm,
planets, I got you. Your life path numbers, which is numerology, life path numbers, purpose numbers, soul mission number, and your human design. And I'm pretty sure you heard that's like projector, manifester, different things. Okay, but anyway, I do those three, and I feel like those three, like if you know those three, if you know that you're a projector, if you know that you're
What is that? Okay, because I see. All right, so I'm gonna tell you, I haven't went to anybody, but this is something that a lot of people that I know we download the app, right? You download the app, okay? And so there's I forgot the name of the app, Nebula or something like that, and it
there's
tells you
girl,
they
there's a
tell
lot
you
of
stuff, but
different
you don't
apps.
know what it means.
There's a lot of different apps for all of it. It's a lot of apps for all of it. Projector. I'm a projector. So I am really like the type of person that project auras. Like I'm very much a I match your energy.
I get what you
Like
mean.
I feed off other people's energy. Yep, that's just who I am. Like if I were to sit here in my own vices, in my own mind, I would lose my shit because I would think myself into a depression because my mind will be overthinking and I'm gonna just be sad. But as soon as I'm on the phone with somebody else that's uplifting, I'm uplifted. Like I'm just like I don't even know why I was tripping for it because I've they've projected their aura for me, which is why it's very important for me to not hang around certain people because
Mhm.
my energy is very impressionable. Like I'm like I'll it's very accommodating. And I
Yeah.
think that's why I'm so lovable too. Like why people like me so much because I feel like, like they see a little bit of themselves in me. It's like you remind me of me. Of course I do. Of course I do.
Okay. No, seriously. Seriously. And
Right?
no, because it's so funny. It's so funny. I think this is topics that people we got to start getting into because all of that is knowing yourself. All of that is crucial to this journey, and the deeper you get into it, like I feel like eventually you'll get here. I
Mhm.
feel like a long time I shied away from a lot of things. uh and now I'm just like, hey, let's what's in there. Like, at this point. But I think that these are all the topics that we need to talk about. Like, how do you
Definitely. I feel like um during the spiritual journey, like I said in the beginning, like it's so much information out there. It's so chaotic and it's so easy to go down rabbit holes of information doing your research. But a lot of that is fluff when it comes to you. In your spiritual journey is about yourself, a journey back into your spirit. And you want to know all this information about everything else. Like you know information on 45 different crystals, but you don't know your mission. You don't know your soul mission. And that's what's important to me in this spiritual journey. And that's why I became an embodiment coach because I feel like the most important information is information about yourself. If you can find out your your birth chart, if you can find out your um human design, if you can find out your life path number or soul mission, if you can find out um your gene keys, like if you can find out all of this energy that you're putting in information about everything else, if you can find that much information about yourself and apply that information to your life, there's no telling where you can go or what you can do. But people are so ready to find out everything about everybody else and everything else except for themselves. Like it's hard to look at yourself. It's hard to dig and unlayer and unearth yourself, but it's easy to know about Illuminati.
I still ain't got that one, but
Girl,
no,
I don't
seriously,
care.
it's literally, it's it's I understand. Like I told you, I feel like a catalyst. That's what I call myself. My spirit is very much a catalyst. I see both sides. I play the fence. I'm like the spook by the door. I just I look at every culture is a thing to me. So understanding it all is something that my spirit just I need to know so that I
Mhm.
connect the dots. Somebody asked, I'm in the morning meetup. The morning meetup. I got the link in the bio. Check us out. But the morning meetup asks, what makes you happy? And so I was writing out, what makes me happy? And one of the things I wrote is connecting dots. Like that is some nerdy stuff or something. Like that is just my spirit. Like I be in I said, this is my office. You asked me where I was going earlier. No, the house right here. Like, this
Okay,
is
got it.
just, I
I need to
just sit
do
out
that.
here all day.
I'm
Spirit needs
surprised
to
you
be
ain't heard my
outside.
children.
No, I heard them before. No, girl, we chilling. Just, hey, y'all.
I know they back there. I told them to lock my door. Don't come
Oh,
here.
you a mama. Okay, yep.
I told
I
you
hear you.
I'm a whole grown mom out here.
She said, I'm true to this. I love it. No, I love it. How do you, okay, so you said you're in a relationship now.
Mhm.
How do you treat yourself in the relationship? Does that make sense?
The same. I treat myself the same.
I mean, in a sense of like your needs and your sexual needs, your sensual needs. How do you treat yourself and how do you get your needs fulfilled?
Um, Again, I treat myself the same. And one of the things, I don't know if anybody else does this, but I am a firm believer in manifestation. I'm a firm believer in writing what you want down, um, over and over again until you have to. And it's funny that I had a list. I want my husband to be this way type of list. And honey, he checked off that list. But one of my traits on the list was he has to be sexually compatible. I'm a very open person when it comes to sexuality. I I like to experiment. I like to be adventurous. I am very much an exhibitionist or a voyeur. Like I can watch, I can be watched, I can do whatever. And I have to have a person who is as open as I am. Um, and so I just voice what I want. Like I just tell him what I want. And usually he obliges, and I'm not, gonna be like, "Hey, I want to have sex in Walmart" or some shit like that. I don't know. I'm not gonna do that, but just being true to yourself and just never settle, really. If you come to your, I feel like, first of all, I feel like if you're in a relationship and you feel safe with that person and you feel comfortable with that person, you shouldn't be in a relationship if you don't feel safe and comfortable with that person. If you are, then there really shouldn't be a lot of limits. And so we don't have a lot of limits.
Okay, so what period, just in general, what
Yeah,
is like a I'm trying to
girl,
think.
ask that question.
No, because I lost my train of thought, but my 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 focus was just understanding the needs. Like how do you, like what does that look like? What are my needs sexually or what are my needs sensually and the difference of those? Um and what are you saying that you need? Like how are you expressing that?
Well, I need sensuality rise, or even past sensuality, emotional intimacy. I need to be able to be comfortable talking to you about anything. I need constant reassurance. Like, I need you to tell me that you love me. I need you to show me that you love me. Um, I need physical touch. Like, we were talking about love languages. The gifts part is not so much important to me. I don't really care about gifts. But the time spent together, physical touch, quality time, and acts of service are very important to me. If I can help you, I'm gonna help you. That's my that's my love language. If I can help you, I'm gonna help you. If you can help me, help me. Um, so that's what I tell him that I need. And I don't really tell him what I need. It's just, see, we were friends before we were in a relationship. We just started being together this year, but I've known him since 2020. So we had a bit of time to get to know each other and talk to each other. So I think it's all about learning each other and learning what we like and dislike. So if he does something that I like, that I feel that I need, like that constant reassurance, I tell him, I love when you tell me you love me. I love when you do this for me. And you don't necessarily say, babe, I need you to do this, and you're not doing this enough. You go, I love when you do this for me. It makes me feel so good. And when he's not, babe, you remember last time when you told me that you were going to do this? And I'm gonna just throw like hypothetical situation. You remember last time you told me that we were going to go out, but then you didn't because you had to work. If you would just give me like a heads up earlier so I can accommodate my schedule to other things, I would really like that next time. And not, it's very solution oriented and solution based, and not blame. Like, you should have told me that you was doing this and I could have been doing this, that, and the third, but you ain't. Like, no, don't come at him like that. So that's how I do that as far as um emotional intimacy and sensuality. Just when he does things, and when we talk, he listens, he's attentive. So if I'm just like, I love strawberries, or I love coloring. And you know what we do? We color. Cause he knew
Oh,
I love coloring. So I'm just like, I love when you do that. Like, you don't have to color with me, but he does. Just stuff like that. So it's all about, gentle steering in the right direction. Um, sexuality rise. Um, I don't know, girl. I just tell him what I need. Like, I I can't really say, like, but I tell him
it's,
what I need. He doesn't. I was fit to. I caught myself.
okay. No, a lot of what you're explaining is, to me, it sounds like just being more in feminine energy. Um, so I'm
Yeah, girl,
what I
you can attract, what's the little saying go? You can attract bees with honey better than you can vinegar.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so be a little honey pot.
Yes, exactly. But I understand most women, where this is a thing that we're going through right now, myself included, where um being just aggressive, and breaking those cycles of being aggressive. I feel like my mask was not aggressive. Like she was very calm and chill, but if I'm just out here speaking my thoughts, then I'm I'm gonna
Child,
say it like I see it, and sometimes it come out aggressive. I don't mean it that way. I have compassion to the situation, but
honey, let me tell you something. This person that you're seeing now wasn't always here. Oh,
that's that be coming.
I was deep. I was deep in my masculine energy. Like I've taken care of my kids by myself without any help from any man. And you couldn't tell me shit. Like I got this over here. Like I do this by myself. I do this, I do this, I do this. Is you paying any of my bills? No, you're not. So you don't have no authority at all. I don't get like I've been told that I was a bitch. I've been told that I have feelings like a man, that I act like a man in the relationship. Like I don't care if they go or stay. And I didn't. I really didn't. Like if I was in a relationship with you and you threatened me with leaving, bye. Like you thought I was gonna cry? I don't care. Um, but I had to do a lot of healing, and I had to learn that that was that wounded father energy that was still unresolved in me. So I didn't have a very good relationship with my father in my childhood. So subconsciously I would take that anger out on all the other men, or because my father betrayed me or I didn't get what I needed from him, I felt that all the other men would betray me and I would never get what I needed from them. So it didn't matter whether you were in my life or not, I was going to always take care of me. It wasn't until I resolved those issues and did some inner work myself and shadow work myself that I was able to receive the type of love and understanding and nourishment that I do now. So I wasn't always like this.
How long did you go through? I call it the dark tunnel. Just
Um,
that transitional piece.
actually, I'll be honest. Actually, I think it was like I want to say last year and the year before that, maybe like 2020. I think I ran into I'm not I think I ran into my twin flame girl, and he was very what was Cyrus? Cyrus was he was everything I needed and everything that I fought at the same time. Like it was, but he did not leave though. Like he would stand firm with like every argument, every blah blah blah. Like he would stand firm, and he was like an he was like an alpha male, and he was the first man. And we weren't. I don't want to say we were like together. Like it wasn't like a physical relationship. It was more of um talking on the phone and just being there spiritually. And because I met him through Facebook, but he stayed far away, and so we never met in person. There was a lot of conversations, but in those conversations, it was just like epiphany after epiphany and revelation after revelation, and I came out like this. Like I was just like, I can't fight. Like I couldn't fight him. He wouldn't let me. But he was like a real alpha. Like you see these posts where it was just like um all women are feminine when they get around masculine men. Like I was like,
Hmm.
okay. Like he got it out. He got it out. And we did go through like a lot of inner work and shadow work. So girl, for the last I wanna say like 2 years. And then I wanna I had the revelation. Like he was walking me through it. I was having a revelation of why I believe it was something that I wanted. I forgot something that I wanted and I got it. And he was just like, you could have been had this. Why you just didn't do that in the first place? And I was just like, I don't know. And he was just like, you always kind of freeze up on yourself when you have something that you want really, really bad. And you look like you talk like you talk big and you walk big, but you really don't. Like you freeze up and you don't follow through. Why you do that to yourself? And then it was just like an afterflow. Like it was just like maybe um I don't want to make the wrong decisions because when I was a child, if I made the wrong decisions and I was beaten and I feel like I'm going to be punished for making the wrong decisions. That's why I have to have everything controlled. Like I have to control everything to make sure that's right. Because if I do something wrong, or if I get it wrong and I fail, then I'm going to be punished for it. And he was just like, he was just like, where your daddy at? And I was just like, somewhere. And he was just like, who gonna punish you then? And I was just like, hey, who gonna check me? And like every like I'm telling you, like from that moment on, it was like a light went off. Like nobody's punishing me except for me. Like I can fuck up. I can fail. I can get stuff wrong. I can do whatever in life. And who the fuck is gonna like ain't nobody coming to fight me. You know what I mean? Like nobody's coming to punish me. So ever since then it was just like like a burden was lifted, like a I don't know, like a heavy whatever was lifted and I could be myself more. I could let go. I can let go of control. I can let somebody else lead. And it was going to be okay. And then ever since then, like you open yourself up more. Like I opened myself up more for life and experiences, experiences and moments and memories and laughter and love. And he was there. He was there.
No, I love that. I love that. Are y'all still dating?
Who?
You and the guy?
The twin flame?
Uh huh.
No, I have a boyfriend.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, like
I'm just.
I'm in a serious relationship. So, that happened like in 2021. And so I wasn't with my current boyfriend. We didn't get together until this year. But like I said, he still had been a friend on Facebook because that's where we met too. I guess I meet my boyfriends on Facebook. I guess it's the time. Um, but no, my current boyfriend, he was just, girl, did you read my sundress post?
I read all your posts. I don't know. What did it say?
I was just like, ladies gotta watch out for the funny ones because they'll hee hee ha ha
Oh,
you straight
yeah,
out their
yeah,
sundress.
yeah.
That's how he is, girl. He a whole nut. He's hilarious. And I just be like, bro, shut up. Like, why are you doing this? But yeah, that's how we got together. Like laughing like at each other posts and all that kind of stuff like that. And we were going back and forth. I shot my shot. I'm very much feminine, but it's a balance. Like I'm very much balanced. Like if you haven't noticed, I can be feminine, but I still have masculine energy. And masculine energy isn't tied to gender. Like I don't know why people, it's not like you have
No.
to be ladylike to be in your feminine. That just means like receiving, and masculine energy is like confidence and taking action and stuff like that. I'm very confident in myself and I do like to take action, especially when it's something that I want. So I shot my shot. I shot my shot. He likes to say if you're ever around him and we become like very close friends and we get together and you're ever around him, he likes to say that he manifested me, he summoned me. You can kind of tell because we were back and forth, flirting and stuff like that. You know how it go, honey. And then finally, I was just like, flirt one more time, and I'm gonna fuck you, basically. And so
She said that's how that happened.
Listen, I was I we were talking on the phone back and forth. Um and one, I think it was like um in February. Well, no, it was March when we went out on our first date, but by like January, February, we were already like talking on the phone all the time and texting, and like you're gonna be my baby one day, you're gonna be my boo and my love and all that kind of stuff like that. And I think it was like March, whatever weekend was the first day in spring. I was just like, hey, I'm having a self-care weekend just to kind of initiate new beginnings. And it's going to be the first day of spring or the first weekend of spring or something like that. And I was just like, do you want to be with me? Do you want to tag along? And he was just like, yeah, sure. And I was just like, we've been together ever since. And that was like the first day of March. So the first day of March is when our first date happened. And here we are.
Okay, so it's July. Okay. So, um, do you see marriage in your plans?
Yes. He better marry me. No, I was just playing. He don't have to. I'm not tied down to an outcome. You know what I mean? Like I'm not, you gotta do this. I'm not one of those girls that is like, this is my last relationship. I'm not doing this and you gotta die in order to leave this relationship. I'm not one of them. Like if I'm ever a hindrance to you and you feel like you would grow further and be happier and better version of yourself without me, then please do that. Um, but still though, he better marry me. Then no,
Okay,
that's my
so
baby.
no, I love that. I feel the same way. I'm thinking about, all right, so I'm in this place now where I feel like I don't want to do boyfriends anymore because
You
I
know
feel
what? You
like
just want to go straight to dating and
no,
then
I
marriage.
mean, I want to date, but I feel like in my last relationship, or I feel like I saved myself to 28. And then I went to Atlanta and I felt like, yep, this the spot. I'm gonna go get me an East Atlanta guy, like the song say. Yeah, I don't
Woo,
know. All right, so don't
girl.
judge me. Okay, don't judge me,
I'm,
don't judge me.
I'm
So
not. You didn't know. You didn't know. I was born and raised here on East
yeah,
Atlanta.
everybody telling me.
I was raised in
Everybody
Decatur.
telling me. Right, that's what I'm saying. This first of all, this is Decatur, not even East Atlanta. Like we need it.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
anyway,
honey.
yep, right over
Mm.
there. Anyway. But
I know,
I
honey. I
just
know. I'm from Decatur. I know. I know. God
yeah,
bless you, baby.
but
God bless
no,
you.
I feel like he was my twin flame. And I feel like
Okay.
it taught me a lot of things because I didn't see myself. I thought I was such an amazing person. And sorry, I got a glow stick. I don't know. But I just felt like
That was
I was such
random.
an amazing person. I just felt like, I still couldn't see myself. I was still very much the picture that can't see the frame. So I'm very conscious of that now. Like I'm always like, hey, I need to be around people with sight so they could be like, hey, I'm gonna fix your crown for you. You
Mhm.
you doing too much. Okay, so I didn't have that before. So I went out there and I was asking people and nobody knew because everybody has just gotten resentful and stopped learning themselves in a ways, so I'm fresh out here and big eyes, and he came to swoop me up, and he was a good guy ish or something, I don't know,
Uh-huh.
as good as they can get, but within the situation as good as they can get. But he showed me everything about myself, like me
Mhm.
being controlling, my daddy issues, and all of these things that I had to work on. And so
Mhm.
we released each other in the relationship. He came up here actually, and we lived up here throughout the pandemic, and then went back down there,
Mhm.
and we released each other out of this relationship. And a lot of stuff happened in this relationship, but it showed me myself. I
Mhm.
suppressed I'm an Aries. I had suppressed the anger within me, but it's there. Like I always know it's there. I call it nigga thoughts because I heard that on TikTok one time, and I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I have. At work, I'm very quiet. She don't say nothing. She's so sweet. Look at her face. But no, I'm having nigga thoughts. You just can't hear them. Like I can assure you, like they're my folk. Like I hate when people be like, "You're not one of them." Like, yes, I am. Like whatever that means. Yes, I
Same.
am.
Same. Same. It's very it's down in there. It's
Yes,
down, but
it's he brought it
she'll
up.
come out.
Okay, yeah, okay. I be telling them she in the back, she sleep, but she
Yeah,
back.
she'll
Yeah,
come out.
yeah. He brought that up, and so when we separated, that period of like the trauma bond breaking and me having to look at myself, um, one of the things he left. I mean, he said he didn't want to come back with me. And so it was like, what? You don't want me? And so I had to look at myself and look at all of the things that I did and that period of growth and development, like that hard ache, all of that stuff that you go through in that season of just trauma bonds and breaking of the trauma bonds. That's what I really want to help people do. Understand themselves, understand why they go through trauma bonds, why they are attaching to certain people or certain things or certain instances, because that's what I did. And I feel like I have a life for every situation. And I'm at this place now where it's like it's uncomfortable, but it got to be done. So like I
Mhm.
use that masculinity to just do it. Like you just got to get up, you got to go to the gym, you got to do these things,
Mhm.
just do it. But
When was
also
this? What year was
this
this?
this happened, it started in 2019 till last year. We broke up in September,
Mm.
the last day of September. So October was hell. So I'm writing a book, um and it just helps you get through the first 66 days because that's what it takes to break or make a habit.
Yeah.
But
That's actually what catapulted me into my spiritual journey. That last
really,
that last trauma bond breakup was with my daughter's with my daughter's dad, and that was in we broke up in December 2015, and he left. We had to move out of our apartment. First of all, it was my apartment. I had it before we even got together. And at the end, I end up I end up losing my job and losing my place. And when I had to move and go back to live with my parents, he didn't help with nothing. Like he didn't help move. He didn't pay for his storage. He didn't do nothing. And my daughter was not even a year old yet. And so the whole entire January, no, the whole entire 2016, 16 was like my awakening, my what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you doing this to yourself? And what is it about these type of men that you're attracted to, that you keep going to, and that you're repeating this cycle? And so that whole year was like my spiritual journey, the beginning of my spiritual journey. I didn't date. I didn't do anything. I didn't go nowhere. I just had to like really knock down some walls and get to know myself and why I was doing what I was doing. And it happened right after that.
So that's when your spiritual journey started,
Yeah,
2016.
2016.
Yes, okay.
And I've been here. I'm here. Still going.
No, I love that. It takes a long time. Everything I say is healing in real time because I want people to see different stages of healing. I want
Hmm.
people to see different, knowledge levels, enlightenment levels, whatever you want to call it. Like, I want you to see it all so that you can see yourself and know that you're not crazy. Keep going. You do deserve this. All the things that we tell ourselves that stop ourselves. We get stuck because we get comfortable because we told ourselves this thing for so long. We
Hmm.
just feel like, oh, yep, that's the way it is, and it's not.
It's
But if
not.
you normalize these type of conversations and normalize being in rooms and in communities with people that think like this, that are on the same path, then you're surely going to get out of the rut, whatever that looks like. It's all
Definitely.
about elevating.
Definitely. I tell anybody that's like, one of the other things that I tell anybody that's on their spiritual journey, can't do it by yourself. You can. It's gonna take a whole lot longer if if you didn't have like a tribe. Like, find somebody, find your people, find your tribe, find somebody that's either on your level or trying to get where you're trying to go, or doing better than you or further along their journey than you. You're going to need that. You're going to need a tribe. Oh, it's so much better when you have a tribe than to be alone. Like, you got to get out your own head. And sometimes you need somebody else's perspective on your life to get out of your own head. You need somebody that's going to tell you it's okay, trust the process, you're doing a good job, don't worry about it, it's okay. You need somebody to tell you that, because when you in that journey and you in the dark part of that journey, you're not going to tell yourself that. You're going to be like, man, fuck this, I'm doing it wrong, and I don't even know why I'm trying, man. I should just give up. But you need them people that be like, no, no, no. That's not what we do. We're not giving up nothing. Keep going. I know it hurt. It's gonna hurt. Keep going. Like, you need it. You need your tribe. For real, for real.
Facts. Going through that. Okay, so one of the things that I just observe and I know to be true is that we lack the emotional intelligence, the emotional connection to things,
Mhm.
compassion. So when we're on this journey, for example, breaking a trauma bond, what you need is emotional support. That
Mhm.
most people don't know. They can throw you money, or they can take you somewhere to get your mind off, or they can get under
Oh, they
you,
say
or
pray about it, honey.
yeah, all of this stuff. Or when she ready to leave, she gonna leave. Like, I'm sure she's ready because she's been talking about it, but she needs emotional support after she gets out of that thing. And so
Mhm.
that's gonna be my book. But that is so important that we have community because of that emotional support. Like, literally,
Mhm.
that's what you're getting with the right community. That's what you're getting, and that's what we lack in the world. So having your own tribe that gives you just that is so important. It made me feel like I'm less crazy. I still feel like You can, it's okay at this point. But back then, I felt like I was offended. Now I'm like, oh, for real? I said some stuff that don't make sense. Like now I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I definitely I need somebody. Like, I need somebody to talk to because I still tend to, not as often, but I still tend to put my own self down. I still tend to be like, I'm not as far as I want to be. I'm not as far as I should be. I'm doing this wrong. And this is like, so as soon as I catch myself, like, in a rut like that, like thinking myself into a depression, as soon as I sense it, first of all, when I feel like that, my head will start hurting, like real, real, real bad. And that's because my mind and my heart and my spirit is not aligning. So it's causing conflict in my body. So either two things that I have to do immediately. Either I have to talk to somebody and let somebody know what I've been thinking, or I listen to like affirmations. Like I just bombard my mind in my room with affirmations, like meditative affirmations, success affirmations, law of attraction affirmations, healing affirmations. Just I have to listen to somebody else's voice because right now my voice ain't doing what it's supposed to be doing.
No, seriously, seriously, I do the same thing. I actually, so I got used to not calling people like other than my sisters. I don't think that I call anybody, but I felt like, oh, am I being a Debbie Downer if I always call them when something's wrong, or being in therapy, but that may not always, in therapy you gotta understand, you gotta go through a process of finding therapists and all the different things. So even having a therapist sometimes it could still be like, but you need to tweak it some more. It's not right, or whatever the case may be. So just being in these spaces, um, having like I don't want to say like a mini episode. What I'll do is I'll start recording myself. I love to just voice record and just I call it talks with God. And I'd be like, hey, my G, and I just go crazy. And
That
then
was
I
a good
feel better.
idea.
I've released it. Yeah. Or going deep in, like if I was down there, I would be all up in the Chattahoochee, like what?
Mhm.
and just screaming, like getting that out and doing different sounds and all that, just really allowing myself to I go kickboxing for the first like month of the trauma bond breaking. I was kickboxing and that was him, boy. That was him right there. Like all of that, trying to get all of that out of there.
Yeah,
Is just
transmuting
me.
energy.
Yes, yes. Oh, yes.
You got to get it
But
out.
these are things you don't know about. You don't discover you don't discover until you discover it for yourself.
Hmm.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah, you don't discover it until you have no choice but to look at it and be like, oh, okay, I sure needed this 2 years ago. But it is what it is. Like the journey is a journey. Like I just trust it now.
Yes.
Just like this quit my job thing, honey, like spur the moment. I didn't plan it. I was last
Yes.
week I thought I was gonna be doing this. Last week I thought I was gonna be sitting at my desk. Like I didn't think too much of it. Like I done filled out the benefit forms and all that kind of stuff and get ready to, but I just trust in the journey. I just trust in the journey. I can't do anything that's not spiritually led anymore
Mm.
because it starts to be irritating. Like I get irritated real fast. Like my spirit be like my higher self like really be like no, like I'm not doing this.
Yes, can't be moved.
Yeah, like I'm not doing this. And I be like, okay, I'm not fighting no more. I ain't got no. You can't fight God. You can't fight God. Your hands too small. Like you can't fight. So I just be like, all right, I don't know what's gonna happen, but we will see.
No, I love this. I love this. I love this. This
Yeah,
was good.
yeah. And
I
usually,
don't know.
9 times out of 10, I'm not even gonna say 9 times out of 10. 10 times out of 10, you overcome it. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't be here. So I'm here.
Yeah. I schedule worry time. I tell people, schedule worry time because it either it's gonna happen or it's not gonna happen. It's not really a, type of thing. So as long as the deadline, like schedule your worry time. Like of course if you gotta make an emergency worry session, go ahead and schedule that in. But I use my Google Calendar for everything because like that's
That's
I would
so
be
cool.
way later than I am. But I use my Google Calendar for everything to attempt to stay on task. It's helping me tremendously. I assure you. But
That's
so
because
anyway,
I
I need to
use my
see
Google
everything.
Notes.
Google Notes
Yeah. It's
for
it's
your
called
daily.
it's called Google Keep. It's called
Oh,
Google
okay,
Keep,
okay.
but I do like to-do lists. I do everything to do everything. Like if you read my Google Notes, like it goes up and like every single thing that be on my mind, I gotta write it and put it out because I'll forget. But if it's on the Google Notes, I'll know that I need to do it. So that's how I keep
Facts.
myself organized.
I think I do too much of that, and so then the organization get disorganized, and so I have almost 400 notes in my Apple.
Woo!
And so I'll have to type in the search like a keyword and like 14 things will come up. But my thing is I take information. I'm like it's some in some aspects I feel like it's selfish because I get information, I write out great things and I put it to, I can tell the story and all the stuff and then I
And you
just
don't share it.
it's in there, and so somebody
Gotcha.
told me once that if your gift is the cure to cancer and you just keeping it for yourself, then you're selfish. So I always say that to myself. So behind the scenes, I've been building, I've been writing, but this time I feel like, okay, I'm executing. I got a team of people. I'm building a tribe of executors so that I can look for them. They can look for me. Like, it'll keep me, I don't know, keep me dreaming. I don't know what that is. Creative. Like I'm creative. I just need to show you. Like
Mhm.
I don't know. I
No,
don't
I
know.
get it.
But
I get it.
yeah, that just what you're saying, that vibe of just creating. Like when you show me your library, I'm like, okay, this girl be working. Do you hear me? And I'm like, that's beautiful. Like that's what people need. That's the knowledge that people need. Those are the resources that I want to bring, that I want to be a part of. And then I look at myself where I'm hard on myself, like you said earlier, I'm hard on myself and I feel like, oh, you're not doing enough, or you got to be here to do this and that and the third. But just the information that I have, if I just push it out there, like
Yeah,
it could probably help someone.
it will. It will help someone. Um, what I say to myself is you don't you don't ever want to block anybody else's blessing, right? So
Yes.
how do you know that the book you write is not someone's blessing? How do you know the words that you speak tomorrow is not the words that somebody is praying for? Like somebody out here in this world is praying that somebody says something for confirmation about having a tribe or pushing a book out. And if you never say that, you just block somebody else's prayer. You just block somebody else's blessing. And because you didn't do what you were supposed to do, it's a ripple effect now. So they're not going to do what they're supposed to do. So that's how I view it. So if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, then somebody that's attached to me, either directly or indirectly, won't do what they're supposed to do because they need to hear what I'm saying in order to move them in the right direction.
I love that. I love that. I love that it gives yourself more compassion and grace.
Yeah, you just I try to remember that I am not. by myself. We tend to think that we're alone. Like you're not. All of us are interconnected. That's why we're here. Like that's how we're. I don't know how we cross paths. I have no idea. But at all times we're interconnected. And had you not been brave enough to execute these shows that you're doing, I wouldn't be here to have this conversation. And had I not been brave enough to call myself an embodiment coach and start to embody who I am, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But because we were brave enough to follow spirit and do what we were supposed to do, somebody can hear this and be inspired to do the same.
Yes, I hope you all are inspired. I get inspired every day. Y'all gotta look her up, connect with her. I'll make sure I put you. Okay, make sure you connect. No, because everything you're saying is really powerful and it just speaks to all levels of the spiritual journey. It doesn't matter what level you're on, you're always, like I always say, I'm God's child because I don't know nothing. Even I know a bunch of stuff and I don't know nothing.
I told you, I'm just don't follow me because you think I got it all together, y'all. Just I'm out here winging it. I'm out here just hey, following
Yeah,
what I
see,
think I should supposed to be doing. And it's just working.
right. Been working out lately for,
Yeah, it's
you
been
know,
working out
so
for
I
me.
just,
I'm not finna tell you how to live your life. I'm not finna tell you how to be spiritual. I'm not finna give you the crystals and the archangels I'm not finna do that. I'm finna get to know who you are, and then you can get to know who you are. And the best way to go down your spiritual journey is the best way to go down your spiritual journey. If
look,
you want to call
okay.
me a coach, you can.
No, she is. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, the embodiment coach. Self-embodiment coach. Okay, tell the people where they can reach you at and then give us just some words of wisdom to close out to anybody listening or
Okay.
will be listening.
So as you've probably read across the board, my name is Teresa Shea. I am a self embodiment coach. I help you embody who you are at your core. You can follow me on IG. I am underscore Teresa Shea. My business page on Facebook is I am Royalty Empowerment Team. And you can follow my regular page on Facebook, Treese Lachey. So Treese Lachey all across the board. You see how I look. I look very much the same on my IG and my Facebook and my business page. I am royalty et.com. And as the closing, I just want to say that your spiritual journey is your spiritual journey. Don't let anybody else tell you how to do your spiritual journey. Don't let anybody tell you you're wrong, and don't let anybody think that their truths are truer than your truths, because truth is in the mind of the believer. And if you believe it, if you speak it, if you know it, then that's your reality. So you create your own reality and you create your own truths. And all you have to do is embody self and who you are in your spirit. So that's all I want.
I love it. I love it. I love it. As always, thank you for watching. If you're on the path to self discovery, make sure you check out Legacy Leap. The link is in the bio. Pretty sure it is. But I will put it there if it's not. And we are out. Make sure you do some healing today. Peace and healing, y'all. We're out.